We're all familiar with the old saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Once you consume it, the calories are gone. The object ceases to exist. It is a simple statement of physical impossibility. But 2,000 years ago, the philosopher Mencius offered a different perspective on human desire. He wrote, "You cannot have both the fish and the bear's paw." This is a strict hierarchy of ethics, a method for weighing choices during a crisis. To understand the weight of this choice, you have to know the menu. In Warring States China, fish, like the ones in these blue tubs, represented reliable, everyday sustenance. It was abundant and easily pulled from local river systems. The bear's paw, however, was categorized as one of the 8 rarities of the ancient world. Procuring one meant sending specialized hunters into the deep wilderness to confront a massive apex predator. Even if you survived the hunt, the preparation was an arduous, multi-day ordeal. Cooks plastered the limb in mud, baked it to strip the fur, then boiled it for days just to render it edible. This culinary hierarchy illustrates a specific truth about finite resources. To obtain something superlative, the paw, you must accept the loss of the accessible good right in front of you. Mencius developed this framework during the Warring States period. It was an era of perpetual warfare and collapsing social orders, where scholars and rulers were constantly tempted to abandon their moral principles just to survive the chaos. Here are the 2 core variables Mencius wrestled with. On one side is Sheng, biological life, represented by the fish. On the other is Yi, moral righteousness, the bear's paw. When forced to choose, a cultivated person must prioritize dignity, letting life go to take righteousness. We can see the extreme reality of this theory in the life of the Han Dynasty historian Sima Qian. After defending a disgraced general, he was sentenced to either execution or the public shame of castration. Society expected him to choose death to preserve a clean name, his fish. Instead, he chose the physical suffering and social isolation of castration, staying alive long enough to finish writing his monumental historical records. Sima Qian chose the bear's paw of a lasting historical legacy over the fish of an honorable reputation, enduring a lifetime of humiliation to fulfill his professional duty. Today, economists view this proverb as a precise articulation of opportunity cost. Every decision to pursue one path inherently requires the sacrifice of the next best alternative. Researchers at the University of Hong Kong face this exact dilemma daily. They have to decide between publishing their results immediately for the global scientific community or holding off to secure intellectual property patents. Grabbing the fish of immediate academic prestige means the research can't be commercialized later. Securing the bear's paw of a lucrative patent means delaying the open exchange of knowledge. You cannot have both. We see this play out on a societal scale. For millions of internal migrants moving to China's Tier 1 cities, the trade-off is geographic and deeply personal. Securing the fish of higher urban wages requires abandoning the stability of their home communities. They earn the income to support their families, but lose the bear's paw of daily connection and cultural belonging. Our economic structures force mutually exclusive paths. Recognizing opportunity cost requires accepting that choosing one version of your future inherently destroys another. This brings us to the modern problem, choice paralysis. We see it reflected in contemporary student essays, where writers struggle to choose between meeting societal expectations and living with personal authenticity. We are surrounded by endless options, and that abundance is paralyzing. We exhaust ourselves trying to keep every door open, wanting everything, committing to nothing. This is the concept of moral artisanship, the idea that making hard choices is a practical skill honed through repetition and refinement. Rather than serving as a depressing reminder of our limits, the fish and bear's paw proverb acts as a clarifying tool. It forces us to identify our ultimate core values. A failure to choose is a failure to move forward. True human dignity comes when you finally find the courage to let the fish go.